my spam folder is filled with messages exactly like this right here, right?
Right. Hello and welcome back to Swattage, the Software Innovation Lab. If you're new here, my name is Dale Richards. I'm a software innovator from Salt Lake City, Utah, and I love making software that changes the world. I'm building a SaaS product from concept to cash, and I'm taking you with me for the ride. If you want to build apps, grow your SaaS business, and make money doing cool software entrepreneur-related stuff, start now by subscribing and hitting the bell. But yeah, having a simple question to discover if that's a problem for that person. That already is a great courtesy that you can extend to someone regardless of tone. And it doesn't take a lot of length either. No. So always make sure you're discovering it.
It's a good way to communicate way more than whatever you're saying.
And it communicates your intention as well.
Exactly.
Like in one question, you're nailing tone, length, and intention just by one simple question.
Right. And you're nailing all the content that you drive my mind to with the question.
Yeah. I would much rather have that than 5 sentences of how awesome we are.
Yeah.
Okay, Russ.
Hey, Russ. I like this one actually a lot. Hey, Russ. I just washed my hands and would love to give you a virtual handshake to welcome our connection. Right?
He sounds like a nice guy.
Okay, so
if it's a guy,
it's conversational.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
They're dialed in to what's going on today, right? Like, don't overdo COVID, but you show me
it's current.
That you show me that you're tuned in.
Yeah.
Right? You have some situational awareness.
Was this on the invite or was this after the invite?
No, this was the invite.
This was the invite.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Russ, I just washed my hands. Would love to give you a virtual handshake to welcome our connection. Okay? So it's fun. It connects with me, but I also, what it makes me do, it makes me a little bit suspicious about background. Like I'm probably gonna click into them, go and see their profile.
Right.
There's no clarity in what value they may bring or they're looking for me. And you know, we talk about intention. It's okay to intend something to want something from someone.
Yeah.
It's okay to be clear about that.
And you got space too, in terms of length. Like this guy could have just put one more sentence
One more sentence.
Why he wanted
completely
to talk to
clears
us.
it up for me.
Right.
I didn't connect.
You did not?
No.
You see, okay. All right, interesting. Okay, how about, speaking of intention, so here's one example where I put unclear intention and rapid escalation as kind of the issue. So the the invitation itself was unclear in terms of intention. But I thought like, oh, maybe this is one of those people that really just wants to network. And so I accepted this guy's invitation and then it escalated rapidly from there. So here's what he wrote in the invitation. Hello, Dale. I see that you have a background in e-learning, which I do. Would love the chance to network with you here. So I'm thinking, oh, this guy, maybe he's like a founder and he is trying to build something in the e-learning space and he wants to connect and collaborate because he like wants input. He's trying to get in tune with his market, wants ideas. Mm-hmm. So I accept. And then he says, thanks for connecting, Dale. How have your ads been performing recently? And I'm thinking, what in the heck does that have to do with with my background in e-learning?
180.
Total 180. And so this is where an unclear intention or even a reversal of the original intention can really, really be poisonous.
The follow-up completely loses your trust.
Turn off.
Right.
Yeah. So I didn't respond to this one either. So how have your ads been performing recently? And I'm like, who cares? Like, why do you care how my ads have been performing recently? You wanted to connect with me about e-learning. And so I don't respond because it's not really any of his business how my ads are performing unless he's trying to ask, hey, is your ad performance a problem for you? Like we talked about just now, right? So now he's kind of hinting that there's this new intention coming up and that is pitching me on something ad related. And then the message came in, Dale, my ad agency has managed over 100 million plus in dollars in spend for clients such as Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, Knowledge Source, I don't know who these people are, ClickFunnels and more. I know who ClickFunnels is. We run multiple channels, Facebook, Google, SEO, etc. for the best, and I'm like, ROAS, so ROAs. What's been one of your biggest challenges? That's capitalization also, it can be important.
Right, sure.
What's been one of your biggest challenges on the marketing side? So and then he sends this next one. Just a quick message to follow up. This is my favorite one. I didn't want to come off too direct, but we've performed very well for similar clients in the past. Namely, ClickFunnels and, These are the same clients he's mentioned before. They didn't resonate with me the first time. So why is he mentioning them again? I cannot relate to either of those clients because like we're not in the same space, we're not the same size, and especially when he's already said we run multiple channels, Facebook, Google SEO, but for like these other bigger clients, like I'm not ClickFunnels.
At this
I don't have any
point,
intention to
at
be.
this point, he's not sure if you can read.
Right, he just wants to like, is there a pulse behind this LinkedIn account? Because
Again.
I'd really appreciate your time to chat over the phone and discuss what day this week works for you. Now, his closing is cordial and it's acceptable, but it's just his message hasn't resonated with me. His intention is clear. His length is a little bit. His length is okay. The intention is clear now, but it's not the same intention that he started with, and so I feel kind of betrayed. Like I've let him into my network, and now he's going to hound me. I probably really should just.
And let me say this. Yeah. So, my spam folder in email is filled with messages
just
exactly like this right here, right?
Right.
Where we haven't connected at all yet. There hasn't been any real, back and forth at all. There's no dialogue. And then you want to assume you want to use old school sales tactics and assume the sale. What day and time works best for you? Like, I have never responded to you, not even a little. It's like I'm asking a girl out. I ask her out again. I ask her out again. She never accepts. And then I'm like, hey. And then I call her up one day and I'm like, hey, you want to meet over at your house?
Like what you're saying, why would you use
let's get together.
Like why would you use an assumptive tactic to get that first meeting when I haven't
with
responded
no
to
connection
you at all?
That's right.
Right. Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Not to use an assumptive tactic when you have not connected.
I think it's pointed enough that the major filters are finding that and they're packing it into spam. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The most sophisticated AI is actually finding stuff like this and it's putting it in my spam. You don't want to be spam.
I think another thing too is that like what I love about those messages too is that we have not connected at all. You're in my spam folder. If it's by email, you're in the spam folder already, and then you send the follow-ups to say, hey, how come you haven't responded to my messages in the past? Like you're in my spam folder. That's why. Like I'm not even seeing your messages.
Yeah.
So I think that if people aren't responding to you by email, it's time to rethink like what's happening to the emails. Like let's just start with email deliverability if that's the case.
Yeah. Well, and sorry, go back.
Yeah.
Let me give a solution. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Right. I critiqued it, but let me give a solution. When I talk old school sales tactics, right? I'm talking about this assume the sale. Like we dealt with this earlier. We didn't talk about it as a sales tactic, but when you show that you actually care about the other person, then they open up to you. And once there's back and forth, then at that point it would have been appropriate to say, hey Dale, what day this week works for you? Because I already know that we're cool talking.
If I had responded.
That if you'd responded.
If I connected, yeah.
Right? If not, then the tone should be something more like, is there a time that we could connect? Right?
Or are you
it's something that's softer, or I don't want to bug you. Is this relevant to you at all?
Yeah.
Right? So just show that you understand there's a human on the other side of the other screen.
It's much more polite to ask if this is relevant to you than it is to just ask what time is the best for the meeting.
Yeah.
Join us again. Videos are published every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 noon Mountain Time.